Hi guys, I'm back. I never thought I would be filming a video makeupless, bald. I didn't expect to say bald, but like when my hair is not out and doing the whole mane like lioness protection thing against me, honestly. I'm just gonna correct myself, but no, it is against me. When my hair is not doing all of that and my makeup is not on, that's equals to being bald. I feel like I have a bald cap on. Anyhow, not the point of the video, but I never thought I would be here sitting down looking like this against my couch. But you know what? You know what actually got me? Winter. I'm also speaking into my mic as if this, you can see, it's not plugged into shit. Like this. Maybe I shouldn't be cursing, but this is not going anywhere. Like this is not the sound you hear clearly, because it sucks. Because my sound sucks. It's not coming from here. But for some reason, like, why would I be speaking? Why would I be filming if I'm not holding a mic? I don't know. Having the mic here gets me in the mindset of like I'm speaking my truth. I'm actually thinking about what I'm saying, and like I'm speaking to my audience. My audience of 3 people. I'm speaking to all of you right now. Speaking to all of you right now, straight from my beige, Kanye inspired minimalistic couch. Anyway, not the point. It's just like I have to start off with my jokes because I have to warm up. I'm a comedian. Like, I'm a comedian and I'm an actress. Actually, that is the reason why I don't have makeup on right now. Is I'm like, winter comes around and I'm like, aren't you guys done with performing? Like, aren't we done with the performance of it all? I think it's the energy levels that drop and you're like, why? At least me in my head, this is what I go to. I'm like, why am I playing out a character right now? Why am I running a script right now? Like, just relax, really. There's no point. There's really no point. Like, take off the jewelry. Take it off. Take off the make. Like, why are we doing that? Why would we do glam at 7 a.m.? It's dark as hell outside. No, literally. September, November comes around and I'm like, cut the camera. Cut the cameras. Can we just go inside and be cozy? Like, let's stop with this performance mess. Anyway, I actually have something of use to say. Not just joking around. I actually have some stuff to say, I think. No, but I really do. I really do. Because I've been cracking down on reality recently. Like, this doesn't sound lunatic at all. Yeah, I've been cracking down on it. Here's number one thing. Here's number one thing for the past months. Past months of inner work. Everything is just playing in here, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, you know what? It was never that serious. It was never that serious, and also, it's all energetics. And it, like, of course it would be something so simplistic like that. Of course, like, after, if you're like me and you've been in the spirituality space for a little bit, like as a consumer of stuff and media and content, I look back at it and I'm like, we were doing so much. And I was also a victim of the vegan of the vegan era of YouTube. We were doing so much, not just with that thing, but with everything. Like, we really can all take a collective breath in and out and be like, it's not that hard, it's not that serious, and it was never that deep. Like, really, Oh my God, it shocks you. It shocks your system. Just how simple this place is and how simple this game is, and the fact that you really only get that's what gets us. That's why not all of us are speaking from this place. You only see how simplistic it is once you actually apply. And once you actually adopt, you need, honestly, I mean it, you need to adopt the concept of non-reaction and like treat it like it's your child. Okay? Learn it, hold on to it, never let it go. Like you're gonna be with non-reaction for the rest of your life, okay? You practice non-reaction enough and then you're like, yeah, there was never, I'm gonna say it even more strongly, there was never anything going wrong. And then you feel stupid for all the times you freaked out, but whatever, it was part of the journey. There was never anything to fear. You keep relaxing and you get to a place where you feel more connected with yourself. And from that place, like you just exist. And you realize, wait, goddamn, it is true. It is true that our truth is pure and positive and the most high vibrational we can conceptualize. Like our truth is so perfect and loving. And then it becomes so simple. Like the only things that, because I have to use both hands, the only reason why we don't always feel that is because we created things out of a place of disconnect from this truth. We created and held on like this to things that are not true, things that don't feel good. We held on to them out of what? Because we disconnected from wholeness. We disconnected from ourselves. And then that's everything fucked up. It comes from there. That's when you start to see a problem with people. That's when you start to see division. That's when you start to see fear, worry, doubts, scarcity. Like they have something I'm never gonna have. Why does their life get to be perfect and mine isn't? If I don't fight, then how am I gonna protect myself? Who's gonna work for me? Like I have to work for the stuff that I have. I have to struggle and hustle. From disconnect, only bullshit happens. Like nothing of value happens there. But that's the thing. That's why the adoption of non-reaction has to be serious. You have to sign those papers. You have to literally go, okay. And that's why at first it was so necessary to hear someone say to me, and it was Kira. I'm gonna tag her again. I tag her in every video. That's why at first you need someone to look you in the eyes and tell you, if you don't feel good, don't speak about it. Don't vent about it. Don't think about it. Don't act on it. If you're in the place of disconnect, there is nothing to be done, said, thought about there. There is no action to be taken because that's not what you want to build. That's not where things come from. That's not where things come from. You're only going to run into problems, limited views, limited solutions, like things that feel temporarily safe. Like, oh, if I just send this text and I say what I mean and if I just do this, then I'm gonna feel way better about this whole thing. And then you get a text back and you're freaking out again. Because that's the place of fear and disconnect is not where solutions come from, because it doesn't match the frequency of solutions. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? Feeling worthy is a match to you feeling okay, you feeling good. When you're freaked out, that's not when that feeling is gonna find you. That's not where the external, you freaking out and thinking you're behaving through your belief system, you're interpreting things through your belief system, and you're like, I don't feel worthy right now. This person is not doing what I think I deserve. I deserve more than this, and I want things to be this and this way, and I want control over this and that. Whatever happens externally, nothing is going to get you out of that place unless you do the shift internally. Because, like, yeah, you might hear one reassuring word, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, they said the right thing, and I feel better now. But then it's gonna come back because it's a state, it's a vibrational state. The reason you even think you have a problem, the reason you would even doubt your worth, it's a state of energy. It's a state of being. It's a state of mind. Call it whatever you want. It's a vibrational state that you do not want to be in, because you're only gonna find. It's a state. It's not about the stuff that you're seeing, hearing, talking about, doing. It's a state. So you're building from it no matter what. There's nothing externally that's going to get you out of that state, because it's your internal guidance system. It's your internal vibrational state that's dictating how you're interpreting the external. It's not going to change until you calm down and until you internally relax, calm down, get yourself out of the building and of the freaking out, of the staying in that cycle, in those places, in that low vibration. As idiotic as these terms have been made to be, like, sometimes the way people say it is just, sometimes it's made fun of. But that's what I mean. It's stuff being this simple. It's the reason why it takes so long to see that it's this simple. Because you can get yourself out of a bad vibration, of a low vibrational state, literally. Literally. There's nothing else to it. Like, there's literally nothing else to it. Like, from whatever, if you think there's a problem that's bigger than this, practice non-reaction. There's nothing bigger than everything that we have made that doesn't feel good was made by us from a state of disconnect, from a state of not knowing that everything was okay. Not knowing that we are connected to everything. And we are part of this thing. We're part of everyone else, and we're part of everything you see. It's all the truthful flow. The absolute truth is that there's a positive movement, there's a positive flow, there's positive energy always. That is our absolute truth. And that's what the tendency is. It's for things to get better and better and better. It's for you to be more and more and more loved and healed. That's the tendency. That's the constant. There's a constant positive flow of energy, because it's us. Because that place doesn't go anywhere. Because the spiritual beings that we are, we don't go anywhere. We're part of this thing. That's what's fueling it. That's it. Anything that you think is not this is false. False news. Like false news, propaganda. Propaganda, programming, ideals that we should have just like thrown in the fucking trash. I'm cursing again. How many times can you curse in a video before? I mean, not that they could do that much to me, but not like these are monetized, but how many times can you curse before YouTube tells you to shut up? You know what I mean? I guess I'm gonna find out eventually. But yeah, it really is just energetics. And you know what made this click for me recently? It's always this stuff. Mark my words. It's always the stuff you run away from, the stuff that gives you the most resistance, the stuff that you just cannot deal with. I'm so sorry to be the one to say it to you, but they're the most you though. They are your desires though. This is why, one more time, non-reaction, 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 non-reaction. Everyone say it, non-reaction. Because not immediately labeling things as good or bad, which is what you do when you're calming down through it all. You're figuring out ways to work with what's right in front of you no matter what, okay? Because you understand that if you're having a bad reaction to something, it's a moment where your belief system just got to you. Something trapped you in that low vibrational state, and now you have to get yourself out, and the only thing you have to do is calm down, okay? Once you know that, practice that, and then it's clear, you're like, oh, the stuff that I was interpreting as problems and resistance, and even resistance, it clicks for you that resistance is not a bad thing. It clicks for you that sometimes you get very intense reactions to things because it's an accumulation of resistance. It is like resistance is a reaction to things. It is, but this is how it works though. This is how I have seen with my own eyes that it works though. Throughout life, this is kind of how my desires guided me. It was that's another one. I was gonna get into it, but I think I need to get into it now. Your desires are you, okay? The stuff that matches you is you. The stuff that you have around you has your energy to it, has your blueprint to it. The stuff you make, the people you love, the people that are in your life, they have a bit of you in them. Like they're a match for your energy. That's why it's there. That's why you made it. That's why you get to experience it. They're you. And our desires are so strong that they kind of, I think they they contrast with our programming a lot. So because we are so limitless, like because we are so powerful, we could do so many things. We could be doing so many things, and we could be living truly unbothered and amazing lives, all of us, okay? But because we have so much programming telling us that this is not the truth, and that we have to prove to be worthy of certain things, and that we have to work and struggle for things, and that this world is just unfair because it is. You know the programming. You know the stuff you learn. I think because our desires are so us authentically, and we are so high vibrational authentically, that when we get programmed into believing all these meanings that make no freaking sense, when we get programmed into this, it's always those very strong parts that get suppressed, really, because you end up, it's energetics. You end up not being able to be at this state because you don't believe you can actually be here. You believe that you're supposed to be here, but then you actually just end up being here most of the time because it feels awful to not know that you can have whatever you want, because it's not the truth. You end up just creating cycles and just bullshit and stuff that does not feel good, but you're supposed to be here. And this drop, we are so far away from it sometimes, so far away from this state that our desires and our manifestations, and that's what really gets people into a frenzy. The manifestations and everything that's yours authentically exists here too. But because we are taught that we're not supposed to be here, and that you have to settle for things that are here, and then we're taught even more definitions of what settling means, and then you're here and you buy into the idea that you actually have to fight with people, and that you have to convince people of your worth, and you have to go to therapy and use that language, and you have to work through the stuff that affects you, and you have to impose boundaries. Like you get stuck here and it just keeps repeating, basically, because of the programming. We built so much here because a lot of our lives were lived here. That's why. The thing is, our desires are things that we're just meant to do and live and experience that feel amazing. We want them so much, but they're here. You see the problem? Like, you're here and you're thinking about these things and you're like, oh, but I want them so much, but you're here. So you build resistance to them, and then you go in your head and you go, oh, but I can't do this because I'm already this age and it's already too late to do this. And society tells me that blah, 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 blah. This doesn't stop being true though. It never stops being true because it's the absolute truth. The stuff you're meant to do never leaves you because it's you. It's right here. It's just waiting for you to reach the state. It's so simple that it becomes just hilarious. It's here it's just waiting for you to click here. It's just waiting for you to rise. But they're here because you're you. Because there's nothing more special to it than that. Because there's nothing really, another one that I wish this community would just get through their heads. There's nothing that special about manifestations. There's nothing that special about wanting something you don't have right now, or desiring things for yourself, or having ideals or visuals of, there's nothing really that special to it, because here, living your best life, being truly yourself, you have no worries. You do the stuff you love. You're around people that are your people, so you love them. They're the right people for you. Here, there's nothing to worry about, really. Here, there's nothing to worry about except just being you, just being unapologetically yourself. And then the relationships happen, the money that everyone loves, that one. It's not even a thing that you have to worry about upkeeping. The worrying about the keeping of the money and the worrying about when am I gonna make more, when do I get more, is still here. Okay? When you're here, stuff just flows and works out. You do what you love. You do good in the world because you're here. That's just, we are actually meant to be good to each other. Another one. You're here, you do good in the world, you do what you love. Why wouldn't you be able to survive off of it? Like, do you see how simplistic it can be? Like, why would you come here to this experience, to this place, if you didn't have a place in it? You exist, there's no way out of it. So yes, you do belong here. Yes, there is something you're meant to do. Yes, there's a purpose for you being here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You're here having this experience because it's you having the experience. It's meant to be great and amazing and effortless and beautiful and loving, because that's you. That's what you're here for. That's you. It's never going to leave. So it's meant to be here. And here there are no problems. There's no worrying about. There's life. The experience is life, but there's no process of worrying. You're not stuck here thinking, oh, when is this stuff gonna come for me? When are things gonna change? When do I get to do more of this and that? Why don't I feel like I get what I deserve? Like, why? The struggle is still here, okay? When you're here, it's all figured out. There are no problems, really. There's nothing. You just enjoy the present moment. That's what being here gets you. You just enjoy the present moment, whatever that means for you in the moment. Like, it could be the simplest things. Like, literally, it could be like you and your tea and you're high vibrational. It's really not that special. But because we're here so much throughout our lives and our programming gets us here, when we think of our desires and when we dream for them, when they come up in our circumstances somehow, the feeling that we get around it is so strong. It's so strong. And then that's when we start to interpret it as resistance and that feeling of, I can't do this. Like, you're meant to, you always get like these tiny visuals, these tiny, like, this imagery of what you're supposed to be doing, You do get it in your brain, but then you psych yourself out because you're scared of it, because you don't think you're going to be able to do it. So the desires and the stuff that you're meant to do will always be here. But if you're here, you interpret it from this state. So it comes up, these things come up because you're just living your life, and you get prompted with things that feel like you, that you actually want and love and like desperately need, and they're here. But you're seeing them from this perspective. And from this perspective, you see, once again, disconnect, and you see division, and you see a huge gap between like the stuff that you want to be living and this versus your life right now. And that's what psychs people out. That's what gets you freaked out. And that's why everyone is so obsessed with manifesting, is because they want to be, it's the feeling, ding, ding, ding. It's the feeling, because you want to feel like you're here, because that's where that stuff is. You don't want to feel like you're here all the time. To get out of here, one more time, non-reaction. Because non-reaction is going to show you that actually those huge feelings coming up are actually a good thing. The resistance coming up is actually a good thing, because these things only come up if your desires are showing up in front of you, whether it's through the thoughts in your head or it's actually in front of you. The reaction and the resistance is just an opposite force. It's just, you're seeing the stuff here, and you're perceiving yourself as being very far away from it. And the further you get from it, the more awful it feels. But it's just a force. It's just energy. You see what I mean? It's literally just energy. But the more you interpret yourself as being this far away from it, the worse. We're quick to say that it feels bad and that it feels scary, because that you're interpreting it from that state. And things feel scary, and they feel bad, and they feel horrible, and you feel like you can't do it. However, it's just a lot of force. It's just a huge reaction to something that is actually such a match for you. That's why the feeling is so strong, because you realize that these things that you want are here. And then it's a moment where you're actually, it's such a gift. Okay, if only we could see the moments where we feel bad as gifts every time. That moment is such a gift, because in that moment it's actually clicking for you. You're being shown that you're actually here when you should be here, because these things are popping up because they're here. And when you catch yourself, like you feel bad and you catch yourself, you're like, damn it. I'm freaking out. I'm here when I'm supposed to be here all the time. And it's actually a moment. It's actually a gift. It's being shown to you. These things show themselves. Things that are happening when you're just being yourselves. Snippets from your great, amazing life. They show up sometimes, and we interpret it as, we freak out. Again, you react to it. You see a gap in it. You see the insecurity of it. It freaks you out. It makes you scared. However, them showing up was just a gift. It was just meant to remind you of your truth. Sit with that one. And actually, those reminders are so useful because if your energy has been dropping, it's stuff like that that's gonna make you snap out of it. If only you learn to calm down through it. It's just a reminder. It's just a reminder, because you can't escape who you are. You can't escape the stuff that you love to do. And throughout life, the fears and the worries that you've built around it, you've also gotten to build so much around it, because it has come back so many times. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? You only built this much resistance to it because it kept showing up again and again and again. Why is it showing up again and again and again? Because it's you. Because it's you. And it's actually, that's what the path of this life is for. Those desires and those things that we just think are so great, that we can't wait to have, they're reminding you that it's possible for you. They're reminding you that this place is real and reachable. They're reminders, and it's you building towards this place, and it's you realizing this throughout your life and making everything closer and closer to, it's you doing this climb. That's what you're here to do. It's the process of self-realization and self-fulfillment. And actually the desires, the things that you were prompted with, the pieces of your story and your script that just got flashed to you, that made you freak out, they were actually just meant to propel you forward. They were always meant to be a good thing. Those things showing up again were just meant to be a reminder of the things you can do, how much you can do, how much you actually deserve, how much you can actually love the things you do. And they were just a reminder of this place. But the further you are from it, the harder it's going to be to receive the message. To actually receive the message and go, wait. Because all you really need to do is pause and not react. And you go, wait. This stuff showing up again in my head, me being reminded of the things I love, the things I desire, it's actually motivating me, propelling me, and reminding me that that's my truth, and bringing me back on that path. If only I had stopped finding a problem with the things in front of me, if only I stopped seeing my current life as a problem, and if only I stopped seeing the way things are right now as a hindrance, if only I stopped interpreting the present moment negatively, if only I had stopped interpreting what's happening right now as bad, and if I had interpreted it as this is part of the path, this is where I'm supposed to be, nothing's going wrong, there's not that much of a difference between right now and how I'm gonna feel once these things come in, because it's all already working out for me anyway, and this is part of the journey. If only I had stopped seeing a problem in the now, and if only I had stopped being reactive to the things that I thought were wrong about right now, but they're not. Everything is perfect right now, trust. If only I had stopped reacting to the world around me and to my old identity, then I would have been able to take the message, as a sign, as a positive push, as a reminder, you're doing so great. Here's more of the greatness. Here's more of what you're gonna do. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? If only I had stopped freaking out in the present moment, right? If only I had stopped seeing a problem and stopped seeing right now as an obstacle and right now as something to be fixed. And if I had started seeing it sooner as a perfect moment, which it all is, a perfect moment in which I have everything that's making me feel safe right now. This is what I'm meant to be receiving right now. This is what I'm meant to have right now. I'm equipped to handle with what is happening right now. And the more I keep moving, the more things keep changing, I keep evolving, I am equipped to receive and feel safe in more. But right now, this is what I'm equipped to handle. This is perfect for right now. You have everything you need, don't doubt it. And if you are doubting it, calm down. Again, adopt non-reaction, put it on your lap. And don't let it out of your sight. Just stop going against the present moment. You would only do that if you're disconnected. Going back to like one of the first things I said in the video. You would only freak out, see problems, see lack of something, see a problem, see a scarcity to it. You would only see the limitations in where you are if you were disconnected. Because the more you're in flow and you feel whole and you feel okay, the more you feel good, the more you're enjoying things, the more you see that there's nothing going wrong and everything is going according to plan. And the plan is that there's always more coming up. More of the good. So there was never anything to worry about. Isn't that crazy to figure out? There was never anything to worry about. I love that one. Anyhow, that's my message of today. Yeah. Adopt non-reaction and like sign it. Sign your name on it and go, this is my kid now. Don't let it out of your sight. It's yours forever. Because really that's the only job, is calming down through the disconnect. It's going from disconnect to connect because there's nothing else to do. And the more time you spend feeling connected, the more you get it. Until then, hear me say it. You're okay. Everything is okay. Go relax and go make peace with yourself. Which means just relax and enjoy your life. It's nothing that special. There was never anything that crazy or complex going on. It was just energetics. Anyhow, see you guys in the next one. Who knows when it's coming up, but there will be a next one, I guess. Have a great one.